this Kansas City. Shit's ran gritty. In the summertime, the chicks be damn pretty. Born in the projects, then to the Ville. Then I.
What's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. And guess what today is? It's the last day of story time week. Yes y'all, it is the last day of story time week. I hope y'all have enjoyed all the stories that I have been giving y'all. Y'all, I don't see how people do this, but it was a struggle, but the girl made it work. And I hope y'all have enjoyed these videos. But let's get into this last story. It won't be super long, but this is the last story for Storytime Week. So let's get into this. So this is a story about the time that this chick stole my J's. So let me tell y'all something about me, y'all. In high school, probably maybe the last year of middle school, but all of high school, I was that chick that wore primarily nothing but Jordans. My daddy bought them for me. I worked at a clothing store that sold Jordans. My older brother bought me shoes. You know, I wore mainly Jordans or Air Max or sometimes Air Force Ones, but Jordans and Air Max was my #1 shoe to go to. That's what I wore. That's what I loved. So you guys, I was in the 9th grade and I was living with my dad, but on the weekends, like I think I told in some of my stories, but on the weekends, my 2 younger brothers and I would go stay with our mother. And so, and we stayed with our dad during the weekday because the school we went to, we had to live with him in order to go to that school, and we didn't want to go to the school where my mom lived. So I had a lot of stuff in my mother's house, but majority of the stuff went to my dad's. But like a lot of my shoes, because I had so many shoes, I kept them at my mom's house in my bedroom at her house. So my mom was real heavily into church, and she always had some of her church people over. And so this particular day, which it was on a Friday because we're on our way over there, this particular day, my brothers and I were on our way to our mother's house. Our dad was dropping us off, and we pull up and we see cars in the driveway. So I'm thinking it might be one of my aunties or whatever, but no. I walk in the house and my mother's church family friends was there. Her husband, and I believe their 5 children. No, they had 5 or 6. They had like 5 or 6 kids. But I come in or whatever, and I think my brothers might have came in and left back outside to go play with their friends. All I know is I came in the house, and I probably, normally when I came to my mom's house, you know, I would go upstairs, throw my bag in my room, and then I would go right back downstairs into the family room, because we had a family room, a living room, and then all the other rooms in the house. So I normally would just go upstairs, put my bag in my room, and then run back downstairs and go in the family room and watch TV on the big screen. So as I was making my way upstairs, I hear noise in my bedroom. So I go into my bedroom, and I had a pretty nice sized bedroom in my mom's house, and majority of all my Jordans were at my mother's house. So I go upstairs and I open my door, and it's 2 little girls like jumping on my bed. Another little girl, she's like looking all on my dresser. And then the older sister, she's just like standing up looking in the mirror, in my little like tall mirror in my room, which was right next to my closet. And so I walked in there and I put my bag down on the ground, and I was like, hey, how y'all doing? Now my mother thought for whatever reason that it was okay for her friends' kids to go in either my brother's room or my room when we weren't there. So I guess if the kids was bored, they have something to do, or just I guess to get them out of their way or whatever. I don't know. But them little girls was up in my room, and one of the girls was like a year older than me. I think she was like, I was in 9th grade, so she was like in 10th grade or whatever. So anyway, I said hi, whatever, and I didn't really talk to them like that, so I wasn't about to stay up in there, and I didn't want to be rude and be like, get out. because you know my mama's church people were there, and so I just said hi, turned around, and probably rolled my eyes because that stuff frustrated me, but I didn't want them in my room. So I go downstairs into the family room or whatever, and I'm watching TV. And like where our family room is, like our family room was directly underneath where my bedroom is. And you know how some houses have vents, so depending on where the vent is, sometimes you can hear like what's going on in the other room. So I'm downstairs or whatever, and after a while I noticed I hear like my door. I had a door, a sliding door, but my door made this noise, like a scratching, creaky noise when you opened it. So it ain't no way you could just sneak in my door without me knowing. I heard my door to my closet open, so I turned the volume down trying to hear what was going on, and I could hear somebody say, you better not go in her closet. And then I didn't hear nothing else. So I'm like, okay, whatever. All I know is also in the living room upstairs, I can hear that that family is about to get ready to go. So I'm like thinking like, damn, thank you. Finally, they about to leave or whatever. So finally I hear my mama telling everybody bye, and, you know, seeing them at church, you know, on Sunday or whatever. And that's that. I'm just thinking, damn, they finally gone. I go back up in my room. My bag is not in the same place I had it. It's like across the room. My bed is not made for real no more because them kids was jumping on my bed. And then, like I told you, my closet door, it was closed, but I told y'all when I was downstairs I could hear it because, like I said, where the vents were, my closet was loud, and I could hear when you could hear anytime when my closet door opened or closed, because when you slid it, it was raggedy, y'all, to be honest. They was messing with my little perfume stuff I had on my dresser, messing with like some of my notebooks and binders that I had over there. I'm thinking like, dang. The next day, Saturday, I was supposed to go to the carnival with my cousins. And so, you know how you already got something planned in your head of what you want to wear? I remember I had this like red, white, and black striped collar shirt. And I had some light blue jeans that I wanted to wear. And then I was going to wear my... what number were those? And then I was gonna wear my red, white, and black 7s. I already knew what I was gonna wear. I had it planned out in my head and everything, because you know back then in high school you want to look a certain kind of way. So I just knew what I was gonna wear. And at my mama's house, I think I had maybe 3 or 4 pair of Jordans in there, but they were all different. And I knew, you know what shoes you have. I knew what shoes I had in there. Where? So I opened my door to get my J's out so I could lay it with my outfit. Y'all tell me why when I opened it, first off, a couple pair of my shoes is like kind of crooked and not how I had my shoes in my closet. I'm not OCD or nothing, but you know, like I used to have my shoes lined up next to each other. A couple of them was turned, or like the shoe was the opposite direction or some stuff like that. And it was also a pair of my shoes missing, but they looked like they tried to shift my shoes over and like push them together a little bit so that I couldn't tell. I was a Jordan fanatic. I would know if my shoe was there or not. So I'm looking like, and I even looked in my bag because I knew they weren't in my dad's house because I knew what shoes I had in my mom's. So I'm looking in my bag like, okay, I know I didn't put them in my bag. I'm looking all under my bed. I'm looking behind my dressers. I went in my brother's room. I went in my mom's room. I'm like, Mama, you know where my shoes are? She was, what shoes, Bossy? I'm like, Mama, my Jordans that Donnie bought me. My brother, TECH N9NE, had bought me this pair of Jordans that I wanted. And so I'm like, the shoes that Donnie bought me. And she was like, I don't know. Shoot, I don't even know what they look like. So then I'm racking my brain trying to figure out where my shoes, trying to figure out where my shoes are. Like, and then I'm thinking like, well, okay, well maybe I did take them to my daddy's house. So then I had to change my entire outfit to go to the carnival. So I was like, oh well, they probably at my daddy's house, and I know he ain't about to bring my shoes all the way over here. So I was like, just forget it, I'll wear something else. So that's what I did. So then I go back to my dad's house, the weekend ends. And I'm sure I forgot all about the shoe situation, not being able to find them. Because if I wasn't planning on wearing them, I'm not going to probably think about it at that time. I finished out the last 2 or 3 weeks of school. And then, you know, when school's out, we go back to our moms for the entire summer. So fast forward, school's out, and my mom's church had something called Vacation Bible School, which I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with that, but we would have to go with her because one, she told us to. What?
You know, one.
Go! I'm talking about, I'm doing a story time.
I doing beauty time.
I'm doing a story time.
What you doing, makeup?
No, I did makeup.
Pink.
This is my baby brother, Karamine, that I told y'all about in my story time video, the one that was upset about the TECH N9NE tickets. This is him, y'all.
Upset about what?
When we couldn't get our tickets.
Y'all, yeah, I was. That's another story. I'll see y'all next time. All right.
Bye, boy. Shut my door. So anyway, we go to Vacation Bible School. Now, before I go any further, this particular pair of Jordans that I could not find, I want to let y'all know my shoe had a scuff on the left shoe. I'm not sure how I got it on there, but I had a scuff because I sometimes felt self-conscious. Them was one of my favorite pair of J's, but I didn't want people to see it, be like, oh, she got a scuff on her J's. I was kind of like self-conscious about that. You know, I wanted my shoes to be crispy. We get to the church or whatever, and the family that, I'm gonna just call them the Browns, the family that was at my mom's house that day, they were there, all their kids, and they were there. And I think the mom taught one of the Vacation Bible School classes. So, you know, of course, me and a couple of my cousins, we're gonna be in the Vacation Bible School with like some of the older kids, and the older sister that I told you was like a year older than me, I'm gonna call her Bambi. So the older sister Bambi would be in a Vacation Bible School class with her. So we going in class, and I noticed that she's sitting there, she's sitting at the end, one of the end tables right there, just sitting. And when I walk in, the first thing I noticed, this chick got some 7s on her feet that look exactly like mine. And at first I was like, well, maybe I'm tripping. Maybe she had them. I looked and I was like, this chick got my damn shoes. So mind y'all, we in a church. So I grabbed my cousin Monique and I'm like, Monique, that girl has my shoes. She was like, what are you talking about? That's how my cousin talk. I can't help it, y'all. I laugh every time I try to imitate her. She was like, what are you talking about? I'm like, those shoes on that girl Bambi's feet, those are my shoes. I said, I have been trying to find my shoes and I have not been able to find them. They ain't been in my mama's house. They ain't been in my daddy's house. And you know we don't lose shoes like that. I said, I cannot find them. And I said, those are my shoes. And I said, you see that mark on my shoes? That's my shoe. Like, those are my shoes. I said, and I had a small tennis shoe. Like, my feet were small. I wore a size 5 tennis shoe in kids. And so my shoes was always cheap. And I know damn well that girl's foot wasn't that small. For one, she was tall as heck. And I know her feet wasn't that small. So I'm like, those are my shoes. I know those are my shoes. And I kept my shoes clean. And they look pretty clean how I kept my shoes. Because I didn't wear them a lot. I went over to her. I was like, hey, Bambi. I was like, when you get them shoes? She was like, oh, my mama bought them for me. I was like, I like your shoes. When you get them? And she kind of looked at me like kind of shocked. And she was like, oh, my mama bought these for me. And I was like, oh, for real? I said, I got some just like that. And I was like, but I don't know where mine are. I was trying to be so cool, but I think she could tell, like, I knew. And so I'm like, I had some too, but I cannot find them or whatever. She was like, yeah. She was like, yeah, I've been having these for a long time. And I'm looking like, oh my God. And y'all, when I say this, please don't take it the wrong way. The girl Bambi, she didn't have a job. Cause you know stuff. You know, church people gossip. And my mama, she knew all the business. So what was I about to say? So they left. Damn, I forgot what I was about to say. So anyway, their family didn't have a whole lot of money. You know, they had like some struggles going on or whatever. So I kind of knew certain stuff because my mom and my aunties, I would hear them talking or whatever. And my mama used to try to force us to try to be friends, but I just never clicked it with that girl like that. I just never, she wasn't the type of girl that I wanted to hang with. I end up going back into church because I'm like, oh no, she done stole my shoes. I want my damn shoes right now. I don't care if she got to walk home barefoot. So I go into church and I pull my mama to the side and I told her to come in the bathroom with me. I'm like, mama, that girl Bambi, she got my shoes that I've been trying to find. She was like, Bossy, how do you know? And I'm like, mama, I cannot find my shoes. And I told you I could not find them. I said, and they wasn't in my daddy's house. I said, mama, those are my shoes. I promise you she took my shoes. I said, mama, can you please ask her mama if she bought her them shoes? I said, because I know those are mine. So I followed my mama back up there and she went and got Mrs. Brown or whatever. And she pulled her to the side and she's like, Mrs. Brown, my daughter, Bossy, seems to think that Bambi might have a pair of her shoes. She might have mistakenly put her shoes on her. She might have mistakenly picked up her shoes when y'all were at the house the last time. And I'm looking at her like thinking like, no, ain't no mistakenly. She stole my stuff. I didn't say that though, y'all. But I'm thinking like, mama, don't be trying to sugarcoat it. My mama was super nice, like y'all, super nice. And so she was like, I just want to know if you bought those shoes for her. I just want to make sure so it's no confusion. And so her mama went to go get her or whatever, and we all end up going down in the downstairs part of the church, and we down in one of the little abandoned rooms. I don't know if that's one of the office rooms for the preachers or something. I don't know. We was in one of them rooms, and so we all four in there. So Bambi's mama was like, Bambi, did you tell Bossy I bought you them shoes? And she got quiet and like was looking all crazy. And she was like, no, mama, I told her I bought them. And I'm like, oh my God, this chick is lying. I could not hold it. I was like, I promise you. I said, mama, you can get Monique right now. I said, mama, she said that her mother bought her them shoes. And she was like, no, I didn't. I was like, oh my God. I'm like, yes, you did. I was like, you told us that your mother bought you them shoes. She was like, you must have heard me wrong because I bought them. And then her mama was like, well, where did you get the money to buy these shoes? And she was like, because you know I don't spend money on shoes like that. She said it's more important things than materialistic stuff. And I don't know if she was trying to throw a jab or whatever, but she said it with some force. But anyway, I'm looking like, and my mom was like, Bossy, calm down. Because, you know, I'm in the house of the Lord, as my mother would say. And so I'm like, mama, she has my shoes. I was like, those are my shoes. I said, how does her shoe have the exact same scratch? I said, and mama, her foot, I know her foot ain't that little. And so her mama was like, my daughter wears a size 7.5, 8 shoe. So I was like, oh my God, that is not her shoe. I said, I promise. I said, that is not her shoe. Finally, she had to take them shoes off. Her mama forced her, was yelling at her like she was about to hit her. So she took the shoe off. Why wouldn't you look in the inside of the shoe? It's a size 5.5. I thought it was a 5, but it was a 5.5. But still, she wore a 7.5, 8. You can't be putting your foot in no 5.5 shoe. So her mama was like, Bambi, who bought you these shoes? Because I didn't buy these, and I know you didn't buy these. And she was like, mama, these is one of my friends. And I'm just thinking, this girl gonna keep lying. So her mama ended up eventually like realizing, okay, maybe my daughter did take the shoes. And so she was like, give her her shoes. She was like, what am I supposed to wear on my feet? These ain't even her shoes. And I'm like, oh my God, this girl better quit getting loud right now. I swear to God, I just wanted to punch her right in the church. I didn't even care. God forgive me. But she was about to get knocked out yelling at me and my mama. And her mom was like, you just gonna have to walk in these socks. She was like, because you know I didn't buy those shoes and you didn't have the funds to buy those shoes. So I got my shoes back, y'all. I got my shoes back. But we end up leaving Vacation Bible School early that day. The remainder of Vacation Bible School week, she did not come back. Her siblings was there, but she didn't come back. But her sister under her kept mugging me and everything like that. Yeah, I thought it was going to be some fighting in the church with them, with that sister, because she would just keep staring at me and my cousin. That was the time that a chick stole my Jordans and tried to play like they was hers. Like, you was in my room snooping, you and your little snotty looking siblings, all up in my stuff, and you stole my Jordans and you didn't think I was gonna know my own shoes? Trust me, I know my shoes. And so the following year after that, I had went to one of my high school basketball games, and she ended up being there, and I seen her or whatever, and she was with some of her friends and just looking me up and down, but she was pregnant, so she wasn't gonna jump stupid. But she was pregnant or whatever, and she kept, like, I seen them whispering stuff or whatever and saying stuff, but I'm looking like, girl, you dusty bum. Like, you stole my shoes because your ass couldn't afford them. Like, don't be trying to come for me. Like, you can laugh and giggle all you want across them bleachers, but you ain't gonna come over here. But like, you mad because you stole my shoes? Y'all, that was crazy. I ain't never heard of nobody stealing no damn shoes out of their house. But yeah, that was the time that a girl stole my shoes. Oh yeah, and I seen her again at the laundromat like a couple years ago. Yeah, she didn't look at me though, but I seen her. I don't think she saw me. If she did, she didn't act like she saw me. So I hope you guys enjoyed this story time. I hope you guys enjoyed the story time week. I enjoyed doing these stories, even though it was some work. This won't be my last story time, but this is probably my last story time week. Maybe, who knows, in the future. We'll see. But y'all, give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Please make sure to comment, rate, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, loves.